Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much to our international viewers as well who are tuning in. Really appreciate the support. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a fantastic evening. Mari, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you. Just enjoying watching the matches.
And yeah, if Crus, if you could please leave the room so we can invite you to the new King of the Hill. And then we're going to have DeBeast versus GooGie. Now, this is going to be an interesting matchup. That's Scarecrow versus whatever GooGie decides to play. Again, I think it's going to be Batman, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a dead shot. Well, what do you expect coming out from GooGie here?
GooGie is one of those players that I never know what to expect. He's one of those players that doesn't really follow any sort of like trends, I feel like, in characters or in playstyles. He just does what he wants to do, what he finds comfortable.
I agree, and the thing is, well, he understands fighting games. He understands what a solid normal will be. He understands if a character, just from watching, is good, if they're bad, and so he makes decisions based on what he thinks, not what the tier lists say.
Absolutely. Throughout the majority of MKX's life, he was a Takeda player, predominantly, who bounced around all corners of the tier list, over the course of the game's life. So, not really a man to think too much about those sorts of things.
Yeah,
look at this
definitely.
amazing Scarecrow gear right here.
Oh wow, that looks insane. Scarecrow, I think, has like the best looking gear in the game. Which again makes me a little bit sad because it means my characters don't have the best looking gear. But whatever.
Or just pick up Scarecrow.
Character.
Easy.
Oh yeah, man, I'll just pick up Scarecrow. Yeah, as well as Poison Ivy and all the other characters I want to play in this game. But here we go, GooGie versus DeBeast. This is going to be, I think, the last losers round game before the losers finals. So, no, this isn't. So after this, we've got losers semis, and then we've got losers finals. But what I like there from DeBeast is using that air Gaussian blast to actually Gaussian blast is not what it's called, but using it to kind of get over those batterings. But you can see GooGie really smart, just deciding to zone him out. And, I mean, I said maybe he's going to be playing Deadshot, but I mean, he doesn't need it. He's got batterings instead.
Yeah, you don't need bullets, you got batterings, easy. And that cross up with the jump in too that Batman has, it's just so annoying to deal with.
Was it a cross up? I didn't think it actually crossed him up.
Well, we don't know, and they don't know either, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes I actually wonder if the Batman player knows if he's going to go to which side or not. Similar to how Batgirl used to work with some of the mix-up going in the first game, but you can see the beast. Not sure how to deal with this pressure, but does actually wake up with the chain. However, fantastic use of the air tech coming out from GooGie. However, it does get caught once again, and is he going to be able to land the combo this time? Once again, though, GooGie just starting to spend all his bar on those air techs just to keep the pressure going, the momentum going. Tries to chip him out, doesn't actually have enough, but is going to catch him with a backdash. Oh, thank you, Zero, I will.
2 back-to-back air attacks is not something that I would expect to see. He's delivering so far on what I thought he would do with his playstyle.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see as well, Scarecrow just trying to make his way in. And the problem is that, as I said before, he's got fantastic normals, but against the character with the fast projectile, it's hard for him to get him out because he can just get shot with them. But you can see as well, GooGie now just in the corner pressure. Fantastic wake up with the down back 2 into the Traumatize. Just trying to keep himself, like I said, use all his resources. Traumatize runs out after a while, and so trying to just use it instead. But we're feeling a lot of things here. I'm not sure how I agree with this, but doesn't get the confirm either. Keeps himself plus, goes for the down 1, tries to jump over, and actually does get the jump over, taking the health bar. GooGie still with a very significant life advantage though.
It seems like going for those 2 air attacks earlier was actually a really good choice for GooGie because, like we were talking about earlier in the tournament, you build bars so quickly in this game, and GooGie already has all 4 bars back, and here comes the clash. See what he's going to do with that bar that he's got.
I imagine he'll spend 2 bars here. Yeah, spend 2 bars, keep 2 bars for himself, and I really like that clash coming out from GooGie. Instead of just waiting to use it and get as much health back as he can. He wants to keep himself at a nice life advantage. Fantastic stuff from DeBeast, calling out the air tech using the back 3 and actually uses the bar to then uses the bar to then actually catch him and restand it. But you can see a little bit of lag coming out there. Just playing neutral and fantastic use of that Traumatize. Thought he actually pressed the button there, but didn't. Here we go though, GooGie. 1 mix-up, goes for the jump in as well. Doesn't guesses right. I am going to say it as a guess because sometimes you don't know when it's going to be. Really smart stuff. Goes for the air teleport, but is actually going to get caught. And that's going to be GooGie taking game number 1.
Batman wins.
It's really smart decisions made by both players on both sides and during that match.
I agree, and that's the thing. GooGie is just a smart player. GooGie is just a smart man, just overall. GooGie is just a very, very smart man.
I don't think we saw a clash out of the base in that game, though, did we?
I don't believe so. Which again, that's the thing about clashing. It's always a bit of a guess. Do you want to clash early, break their momentum, but not get as much health back, or do you want to save it and then try and get more health back later? GameStar chat saying that I don't have lungs. That is true, ladies and gentlemen. I don't actually have lungs.
I'm going to see a character switch, yeah.
Possibly. I hope he doesn't. I feel like his Scarecrow, he started making really good reads towards the end of that. Dr. Fate coming out from the Beast. I don't know how I feel about this. Dr. Fate versus Batman. I think he just needs to play a bit more patient because Batman, he's got good zoning, don't get me wrong, but it's not that fantastic. It's duckable, you know. You can just be patient about it. He can't do a move that shoots multiple times low and pushes you back, you know, if that was a thing that was in a fighting game. But I mean, interesting choice. Let's see how he goes. Decides to go for a back one to start off with and actually uses that interactable, gets the first hit and just raw pops that trade out, goes for the fireballs, and now you can see that full screen game coming out from Dr. Fate.
This is a matchup that I think Fate can win pretty easily, just because Batman does not have the best mobility. He does have the float that he can do off of his jump in with Cape, and he has a double jump he can do when he jumps back. But apart from that, he doesn't have the best mobility. He does have to play a lot of the ground game, so I feel like it's something that Fate can win very easily, honestly.
Definitely, and what I love from the Beast is just his use of his normals here. Using that back one to anti-air, back two to anti-air, uses the forward one when he needs it. And you can see just a complete change of pace. GooGie trying to figure it out, does actually catch him with the trade, however, and is going to get a full combo for his trouble. Now, actually decides to spend the bar as well into a reset. No, yes it is, sorry, but fantastic down two coming out from the Beast. Does actually get the jump in. He has to go for a dash. I'm not sure what happened there. The armor actually ticked off with that Meteorman back three, but because Batman sits so low profiles it.
Yeah, the hitbox is interacting between the slide there and the Meteorman forward free, low profiled him.
Definitely, and just the onks coming out there as well. What I'm surprised is DeBase isn't actually trying to get those onks out. Manages GooGie to actually low profile that, but drops it into the combo. Fantastic wake up down, back one coming out from DeBase. And what I like is he's not opting for damage, he's opting for the setup. That ball is very difficult to deal with in a zoning battle. And so GooGie's now just trying to trade, but he doesn't.
That's a very nice reaction there with the push there to knock him away when he jumped in on the corner.
And that was just a really good change of pace from the Beast, and that's going to be 1-1. GooGie needs to make an adjustment here. I would not be surprised to see a dead shot switch.
Dead shot.
Again, it's one of those matchups where if Batman can get in, and you're right, he goes to dead shot. It's one of those matchups where if Batman can get in, he can do a lot of work because he's just one of those insane pressure characters, but yeah, he has to get there first.
Yeah, however, as I said, the switch. The switch to dead shot. I'm not surprised because Fate, as I said, does struggle in this matchup. His fireballs is not fast enough.
It's going to be interesting though to see if GooGie actually plays Deadshot like most people play Deadshot though, because last time we saw him play this in the preliminary event, he was just going in. He didn't want to zone. He just wanted to hit people with 50-50s, but it seems like he's playing pretty stock standard Deadshot so far.
Well, that's the thing with Deadshot, and the reason why I think he's an interesting character is because you have a lot of different options. So, you know, you can do all sorts of certain things. You know, you can 50-50, or you can do you can 50-50, or you can actually go for that full-on zoning game. You can see GooGie, he wasn't happy with the zoning of Batman, wasn't happy with the rush down, but instead, you know, likes to go just like that. You can see tags him with a 50-50. So a really interesting character, but you can see Dr. Fate has to get in, and Dr. Fate's not good at getting.
Yeah, Fate is a character in particular that I feel like struggles against other zoners. He struggles against characters like Supergirl and Superman as well, just because he doesn't really have good mobility on his own, and he doesn't have any sort of control of the airspace either. He doesn't have an air projectile like, you know, like I said, Superman and Supergirl do, like Deadshot does. He doesn't have any sort of airspace control like that, so it makes it hard for him when he's playing against other zoners.
Yeah, but I feel like Dr. Fate needs something. You know what I mean? He needs something that he can do against this kind of matchup. Because right now, what can he do? If he gets a trade, sure, he'll take the life bar. But just GooGie, you can see chaining all this zoning together. It does actually manage to get a fireball through. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he does.
Well, it's like I said, he just doesn't have the mobility to make something happen unless he's just super patient. But then you have to deal with things like the pushback off the low rifle and, you know, unblockable interactables if there are some on the stage, and the meter burn roll not getting in there at all, unfortunately.
Yeah, and as you can see, this is where Deadshot's gonna. Oh, no, sorry, Deadshot Fate's gonna struggle. He's trying to get inside that healing. He didn't actually manage to get inside. And that's gonna be GooGie taking a definitive game at number 3. So 2-1 GooGie's way. Do you think we're gonna see a character switch back again?
I absolutely think we're going to see a character switch. The change to Deadshot was absolutely 100% just a counter pick, and as we've seen so far tonight, that Fate does not win that matchup at all. I think we are going to see another character switch. I don't know what to what. Well, back to Scarecrow? I'm not sure about this. It's interesting. One thing to note about this is that Fear-Nado ability that Scarecrow has, where he like sweeps up from the ground with the Fear Toxin, it actually absorbs projectiles. So maybe that'll play a factor. Who knows?
But yeah, I don't know what you mean. Like, again, this isn't an easy matchup for Scarecrow. But what other characters does the Beast play that would actually do that?
I am not sure. I think he has a Superman. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think Superman does pretty decently against Deadshot compared to some other characters, but you know.
Yeah, true. I just want to touch on something that I saw in the chat. You are right, Dr. Fate does not really have a close-up game. Like, he's got a couple of setups, but they're so dependent on resources that's the problem. Like, you can't constantly pressure like you can with Deadshot, for example. And as you can see, 50-50 makes his screen space, and now it's just walking his way backwards, and DeBeast needs to start playing patient, goes for the teleport, but he's going to get punished for it, but not a proper punish. Down one into the chain as well. Probably tried to... I think DeBeast is trying to get the down one into the chain because people read down one command grab. And so if people are trying to, you know, backdash, jump out of the command grab, the chain will hit, and they'll be able to get it confirmed. Yeah, so we'll see from here.
He's really struggling right now. There we go. I'm surprised he's not going for that, the T-Rex head up there. It is an unblockable interactable if you're a power character.
It doesn't spend the bar. Is Scarecrow count as a power character?
I believe he is, yeah. Something else about this is that, remember that Scarecrow has that insane range on his forward tree. If he decides to spend the bar onto armor one of those straight shots, maybe he could get something started off that. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know, like... It's difficult because... Oh, that was almost fantastic. Tried to use the meter burn back 3 to burn through that projectile, but GooGie just disrespecting completely, doing a back 1-2 in between when Scarecrow was +6. He's +6 after that. Why are you disrespecting GooGie? But tags him once again with the low shot and just blows him up for that teleport once again. The Beast trying to just go for jumps now. A little bit desperate, it looks like. He tried to go for the interactable with the elephant head, but nothing he can really do there. Now GooGie's just going to play this full screen game. Tried to use the meter burn back 3.
Breaks the armor.
Let's see how it goes. Goes for the teleport down one in the chain. This is going to be started. Can he get a full combo? Yes, he does. I don't think this is going to be enough to kill GooGie, but it's, the setup might be 400. Tries to go for a meter burn back 3. Whiffs it slightly and it's going to get full combo punish for it. Fantastic use to that teleport. That time, however, thinking GooGie's probably going to go for that meter burn EX gunshot and just teleports behind him, full combo punishes. But look at this life deficit he has to make up, and GooGie's now sitting on a clash as well. And just the problem with Chip is you can't clash Chip.
No.
Here we go, trying to work his way in. I like his use of jumping, but, you know, if GooGie just gets one clean anti-air now, it's over. Tries to keep himself plus, tries to go for a raw command grab, and just GooGie reads it completely, backdashes. No clash coming out from the Beast, and that is going to be GooGie taking the set 3-2-1.
Deadshot wins.
Yeah, again,